All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. And we had a great questions that came to us, and I promised to the person who asked those questions that we are going to be answer it. And so far, I see in the chat that Grande, thank you very much. Lorna, thank you very much for coming in. Uh, very deep questions, very deep understanding, and those questions charging for something that usually it's not talked about in the community for it, and people needing this. So me and Paulina, we just briefly talked today for a little bit about those questions. And I want to say thank you to the user that connecting us to us, because those are I would say more sensitive but proper topics within the community. Then a community will advance and so on, instead of the regular questions. What is the runner does this? What is the chaser does this? What is going on with that? And so on and so on. And so me and Paulina, we're here. And without other ado, I'm giving the microphone to Paulina. I will go ahead. I mean, it's all depends up to you. Let's work that out.
Limited experiences with people when I would actually get connected or got attracted to. So that was one of the issues that I was also researching. Like, am I demisexual? And the answer was yes. Like that, I think that I had an issue with that. Although I don't see it as an issue anymore. Honestly, it's just that's the way I think some people are just built, and I didn't even want to see it as a personality issue or some mental problem. I think it just shows that some people might have higher requirements before they got connected to someone. So, but you can maybe read the question to guess, maybe give more introduction.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Fixed it. At the beginning
Oops.
was you cannot hear, but it's okay. Was on my side because it's kind of like a hard to operate so many things at the same time. But hey, uh, nothing's perfect in this world. So as long as we can go ahead and doing it this, I'm so happy for it. So I'm gonna be reading about it. We parted a little, dear Dio. We parted a little, but I'm glad for you. Now that you and Paulina are in a special kind of relationship that is also deep, even though it is not with your TF, who initiated you on a spiritual journey, we no longer live the same experience. So it is a little harder for me to resonate with you. Um, Talking about this resonate, you're not going to be resonate with this. A lot of the people do not resonate with that because of the study that me and Paulina did it about our connection. Uh, the whole divine guidance that me and Paulina we did. Actually, I have a lot of credit to give to Nick. Nick helped us a lot to understand the divine process in there. I'm talking about Nick Matula. Okay, and talking about all this, a lot of the people won't resonate it because of we went out to do the one thing. We went to the road where nobody was daring to go. Why? Because we already, me and Paulina, we already went through the journey. We had soul connections. We understand the things. We look at the things. There was something that we understand. People do not recognize the divine within them, and they didn't want to work with us. In one other case or the other case, in the previous soul connections in there, and we were asking for an answer, so we got the answers. And when we got the answers, the beginning maybe the answer will not resonate with you, but over the time, the actual journey is gonna lead you to the answers going ahead. So when we moved ahead, compared to everything else that's been sold and talked about, the twin flames in there, at the beginning, me and Paulina was like, most of the people won't resonate, but we have to tell them what we have to tell them. Because it was the personal journey that was missing. The piece of the personal journey, because people think that the journey begins with the person right away. While the journey, it is you do it personal in yourself. And then you're gonna be, after you find a person that is gonna be sit next to you, accept with you, he is in a soul connection and the divine set up the connections, then you go ahead and you actually practice it, all this. And this is why a lot of the people do not resonate with you. It's normal. It took us a while, me and Paulina, to figure this out. A lot of talks, a lot of communications, a lot of digging into the occultic, a lot of digging into the religions, a lot of digging into the scriptures, a lot of talks with people, what it is, what is that, a lot of dreams, a lot of divine guidance. This is why we said that we only give you like 1% of what we went through it. And we went like that. Why? Because we were ready. And this is why the people will not resonate. We knew that. So if it is, it's harder for you to resonate with what we say, and so on. Look inside of you. You probably still have the old programming as the journey, the way itself of what you're saying to you. While you should free up your soul and look at it in the divine, listen to the divine, what it gives you as a guidance and that. Darling, if you want to add something about it.
Yeah, maybe just not to. I think people are on their personal journeys, and it's not up to us to judge whether or not it's a proper way, to resonate with us or not. I think everyone comes to their own conclusion. So if the person doesn't feel it, that's okay. It's just, even us, like, we are just still unraveling the process. So I wouldn't say, it's bad, or the person is doing anything wrong. I think we each other have our own pace. um, I think if anything, we all just have to listen to our inner guidance, and it's just, and of course, it's like we have a freedom to choose um, who we follow, or if the information we found, it's really on our level, or maybe we just share, maybe we took a different road than other people. Like, we don't know that if we are ahead of them or we are just next to them going different directions. So I would say it's just all the information that it's out there. It's always for you just to put it in your mind, just to analyze that, and it's just not judge. If you find it useful, you can just apply that to your journey. But I think there is no good or bad way in this case, because it is a little bit could, it could be feeling like we are trying to put ourselves ahead, but it's not true. It's just, we just decided to take this different road, in which we decided, like, consciously to kind of step out of maybe twin flame journey, as for some people will see. But honestly, personally speaking, I was just following the guidance, and I was acting on things that universe brought to me, instead of having separations in mind all the time, because I got separated from the previous connection. It was not going anywhere. I was trying to do all my inner work, and I was just not able to make this, to cross the threshold on my own. So I clearly consciously put the intention out there for the universe to just to give me more clear picture and more guidance. How can I get to the next step? Because I could sense that my inner work is not giving me enough results. Like I felt like I stumbled upon some wall and I wanted to cross over, but I just didn't have this clean vision or what is the next step, because my connection with my supposed twin flame is not going anywhere. And I don't want to wait for another person. I want to progress no matter what. So as a response to that, we got connected. So it's just, again, it's just everyone is going different directions, but we are here just to share and to see, and all is good. All the paces are good.
So far the journey has been great. The inner peace and the situation is the same thing with me. Um, we wanted to see what it's more. Some of the people are stopping into the journey by hanging out to the things that doesn't work. While you should look at it yourself, where you're going, and the soul is gonna lead you. What's next? What's next? What's next? And this is why me and Paulina, we didn't stop. We didn't stop of what's next. We did a lot of work behind the background, guys, for it, and we understand that we have to share what so far we find. That probably is going to benefit the people later on, people who finds in the same path of the journey as the way that is in there. And before I begin with the first questions, I want to recognize the people here. Erica, thank you for coming in. CF, CC, Giuliano, and I believe Annie is here. And talking about the CC thing, I think I gave up on ever having a romantic love relationships. It's not about a give up, it is about to surrender to the universe. It's a person who gives up never goes. And we didn't give up on the divine, so the divine won't give up on us. That was the one thing that me and Paulina find. So CC, don't give up on the divine within you. So I'm going to read the first question right now here. Please, if you can answer some of your questions or mention in one of your video, if it of course correct according to Paulina. I'm curious of what moment did you realize that you no longer have a problem with demisexuality? Let me explain what the first thing, when I studied the demisexuality, that was quite a few years back. That is when the person doesn't feel the need for sexual intimacy unless he's emotionally or spiritually in connections in there. The demisexuality purpose actually, when you evolve and so on, it clears the toxic ways of the intimacy. That's the purpose. If you're experiencing this, some of the females have different situations. It's worse than the masculine energy for worked with a few people. I told them what they need to do to reconnect with Mother Nature and the Spirit, and the things begin to work in there. So don't having a problem with this within the demisexuality. It is like when you find out that you actually can do it. Okay. Now you're gonna be facing inside of yourself, healing the demisexuality is the what triggers the demisexuality. Let me explain what triggers the demisexuality. The demisexuality is actually triggered from unsatisfactions of the 3D life that you have with the partner, and that unsatisfaction of the partner is start killing your mojo or libido or desire for intimacy that leads you to looking at into the soul. You're not satisfied with just this pure physical thing. It doesn't drive you on it because your emotions occurred on the physical level, probably from the karmic partner or a previous soul connections in there. But the way you can heal it after you heal it is when you do it and everything is okay. You will understand that everything is okay. And that's how you know that you heal the demisexuality inside of you. and you've done it, you know it. Maybe there is something within the subconscious patterns inside that triggers more. But as Paulina said in there, you have to do your healing in there, and it's a very beautiful moment when you find out that you healed. Okay, it's very beautiful. Darling, if you have anything to add
Yeah,
on that.
maybe a little bit of more personal experience. Even before we got connected, like I had also issue with that, and I was not sure, am I healed? Like, am I ready? Because I feel somehow I felt like it was also some, how do you say, like a mechanism for me just to not to get close to someone, just to avoid intimacy and intimate related situations, because I had issues with that. So as a result, I would be putting a lot of requirements towards my potential partner, because if I have requirements, the partner doesn't meet the requirements, so I don't have anyone that I'm attracted to, so I don't have the problem. But I kind of realized that that's kind of keeping me in some kind of a weird cage, that I'm not able to find this closeness to someone. Like I'm putting those high, super high standards just not to find a person who would meet them. And I kind of realized that that's the problem. That it's the moment I just saw it's really subconscious, and I'm just unnecessarily, I'm just building this weird image of the partner that I would need first to have to be able to open with someone. I tried to do it different way. And honestly, the moment I realized that the universe was bringing me beautiful connections with the people, and I didn't have to build, the super close emotional bond in before, I could see that it was cleared because this chemistry, the attraction was there. So that's kind of showed me that it was healed, because it was, everything was working as it should. And I realized that my weird expectations that I was setting all this time, actually it was unrealistic, and it was just keeping it was, maybe I was doing it out of my safety, but it was very subconscious pattern, like this very weird mechanism I had in my head. And I kind of put intention for me, it's like I don't want to be like that, I don't want to wait for the special night that would look like, no matter what, that we would have this emotional bond, because it may not happen. I felt like I need to see what is that, like it's not normal way how people are doing, it should not be that hard. And I was just started, working on that, but I could see the response from the world, like how, what kind of experiences they were sending to me as a test, just to see, Paula, do you want to work on that? Like, do you want to try to overcome this issue? So it was just very interesting how it was working. And once I kind of proved to myself that it's not an issue anymore, it was proof that it's healed, it's addressed. So
Yeah, if you paid attention when Paulina was talking to you, did you recognize the trust into the divine? Did you catch the surrender and let it go of the patterns they don't work? I spoke about this a while back. Over the years, I mentioned this. Those are the three things for your divine evolutions: trust, surrender, and let go. If something doesn't work, take a look at it. What you hold on into it. Either you don't have the trust, either you don't surrender, which is, I would say, most of the cases that's what this is, or you don't let it go of the things that doesn't work. With both of us, over the years, that's what we did. We learned how to trust, surrender, and let go to where it's coming, because we know it's more than just what it is. And take a look inside of yourself. If you still have the demisexuality, what you don't trust, what you have not surrender, and also what you have to let. Okay? So that was a very good, darling. Thank you. I want to read the second one. I am also curious if you ever remember the woman who turned you on as a TF. How do you think about her now? And if you have any emotions other than the general love you feel for third party. I would also be grateful if you, Paulina, would also answer the questions. If you are talking about the previous soul connections, we only have a gratitude towards them. Gratitude that they point us that it's part of the road. We meet these people, we were in relationships with these people. They turn around certain things within us, but there was something that wasn't meant to be. Some one way or another, this total energetic divine connection was cut, even though they, for whatever reasons, divine knows about it. Even that me and Paulina, we talk about this, with all due respect to the previous soul connections, because it's more personal things. We don't like to share so much personal things for people who are not involved within this. But talking about turn her on, she turned me on. The lady that woke me up, she turned me on into the spirituality and so on. And only having a gratitude towards this young lady. And that's it. I mean, so even that on the first time the situation was it, I had only feelings for her, but after all the situations and I saw one and the journey the way it was so harmful. So the only thing I had to look what I was a within the soul, and that triggers me to look at it more to complete the journey even more. Which is I'm very grateful about the uh, past connections. If you're talking about how you feel for third parties, I don't feel for the third parties. I never liked the third parties because the third parties, you either with the person or don't even involve with the third parties at all. For but all I have is this gratitude towards them. That's what this is. Now, darling, if you wanna share
Mm.
your point on that.
Yeah, that took me a little bit of time, and especially when initially me and Gio got connected, like back in April, in physical. That was a test for me that I had to do because it's like clearly my emotions were still towards this person, although I was trying to get my mind out of that. Like I knew that's the road. Like I knew that the only way to kind of progress is just to surrender completely, even to put the vision that, this person is not coming back. And it was hard. That's why I needed help. Like I knew that on a mind level, my mind understood the process like logically, but because I was emotions is something that you cannot control that easily. You can try, but that's something that I kind of needed help with. And right now, looking back, it's just, of course, like there is gratitude because they help you to awaken, they help you to do the proper changes in your life. I think very often when we get ignited with some people, they are just triggering so many changes in our life just to get rid of the situation that we're not serving us anymore. So maybe you will end up some relationships that are not good for you anymore. So that's a lot of gratitude here. But also there is this more and more you will start recognizing the patterns that you were both playing out, and just showing you what kind of unhealthy behaviors you both had. So you will not only see it for yourself, but also you will see that this relation or this connection you had when there was like chasing, running, and all this, it was not healthy. So all of those things have to be first healed and learned to prepare you for the next connection. So it doesn't really matter whether or not you will be connecting with them once again after separation, or maybe there will be another person coming to you. It's just they really very nicely show you as a mirror, what else you have to improve first for yourself. So I think not keeping focus so much on those people that got you started, and then maybe they are not with you anymore. But also the bigger picture when it comes to this is once you realize that they just only project the energies that are coming to you. It's just there will be as a mean, to express the energies, and then if you get disconnected from them, it's that's okay. Probably they were not able to perform as your partner anymore, to build this healthy connection and have this energetic exchange. So that's also the moment when things start not working. Maybe for some time you have a separate, maybe you even have to change, maybe you will have to separate your way. but just to see that the whole purpose is not to really keep the person together, is to have this energetic flow and be at peace with whatever comes, with however configuration, with whomever.
I got a little
Yeah.
correction here. She just messaged us over at the chat. Wrong translations, not third party, but all other people. Talking about the love for all other people, you guys know I've been helping you. I was getting like if he had to be played, the brother, the father, and so on and so on and so on. But inside of me, the person Dio was reserved. I can be friendly. I can be your brother, like talking. I can giving you the unconditional love. I can give you this understandings in there. But the person Dio was not playing at that. If you're talking about the others and this love towards the community. Now, what the community does, feedbacks and so on, that's a whole another story. That's energies exchanges with that. I'm not going to pay attention to this. But talking about, since this is like getting in there within the emotions for the general public, it's still here. There's nothing's changed. I'm still doing what I'm doing. Now I'm with Paulina, and we're actually doing it more. It's more advanced, and this is why some of the people maybe even won't find resonated. But the gratitude up here is that we share the both experiences here for the benefits of you, the public, the society, because that's what we do. We found some things that they can blow your mind, some situations, and that's what we are sharing it up here. That's what we are doing at this. I want to say thank you to these questions, because those questions are important. And those questions, and I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have so many questions, feel free to message us. I mean, you can message us on our website. You can message us on Facebook. You can message. You can make a comments into the videos below, however you guys want. Okay, but that's how is the current stand in there. But I find out that the people wanted to take it personally with you. You can't take it personally with you. Dio is coming to help you from twin flame to a twin flame. That's the way always been. That's always been the situations. If you feel like you're crossing the path on this side, to me is that the person Dio says what it is. Why? I needed the divine. I didn't engage in the connection that the divine is not present. And when the connection comes in together with Paulina, I didn't question anything. I had to surrender that love of the person's due. I mean, the energy was present 2, 3 days before that, but I was not surrendering it. And that's what the divine said. You're not surrender this time. You'll see. Take it easy, relax. Everything is good. This one is good. I'm like, this one is good, dear. This one is good. Just surrender, buddy. Let me tell you, it was very beautiful way the divine did it. Beautiful. Okay. So that's my answer to that. All right. We go to the next questions, or if you have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I greet you very much, and I'm glad that you're happy, and as for and my own happiness. Right at the time when you announced your relationship with Paulina, I was thinking that it's simply not fair that you work for others for so long, and I wonder if all your efforts made sense when you haven't achieved a relationship that allows you to ignite your flame. Please look at it inside about your flame. Your flame is you. It's not about me to ignite a person. This is why some of the twin flames dynamics in personal level, you do everything to trying to ignite that person. You need to understand if the person is not ignited by himself and he doesn't have the relationship with the divine. Oh boy, but you can send them all the twin flame videos you have. You can send them all the divine books. You can send them all the divine energies in the whole universe. When they're close, they're close. You just bombard them with things and they just, you need to understand that it's not your responsibility to ignite your twin flame. You need to understand, we spoke about yesterday with Paulina, explained things. You might have a 5D connections, but you also have to have the 3D connection for the confirmations of the 5D energies. What is above is same as below. If you don't have the 3D and only thinking about, oh, they're gonna call me, oh, they feel like if I call them and text them this energy and I'll text them this message and they're gonna be happy. So you're going around with that energy within you. You're going around with that energy within you. You send them a text or you write them the best love letter you ever put it out of your soul. And guess what? They either block you, they either go silent, or they don't talk to you. They're not awake. So this is what you need to look. This is when you begin to understand is your own personal journey to evolve. And after you evolve to that point, the divine brings you a partner. I mentioned that in the videos very quite long time ago, but also a long time when the people ask me, who is your twin? How is your twin? How can you find out who is your twin? And I stated, giving you this. When you arrive there, when you need to arrive, the divine's gonna point out who is your twin. Only you, your twin, and the divine knows. That's it. Okay, of the understanding who is your twin flame. But when you get in the union, you understand this is a divine partner. You're gonna crossing over as we crossed over. It's your divine partner. Okay? The twin flame is just the journey itself. Personal journey. All right. So, Paulina, if you want to add something.
Yeah, maybe one more thing. Because I realized that many people are just getting, they try to do the work for their counterpart. So they think that they just have to work for both because they are in a stage of awakening. They are kind of starting to recognize the connection. People will start like seeing the tiniest like proofs. They are trying to find the tiniest proof that the other person is awakening, and it's to the point of exhaustion. Like people will be taking on their responsibility for the whole twin flame dynamic instead of just focusing on themselves. Honestly, it should not be your concern. The only thing that you should be really concerned, if anything, is just your work. And if the person doesn't shows the 3D signs of awakening, like that's okay. Like there's no such thing as working for someone to get them awakened sooner. Or and maybe, I don't know, once again, just don't try to find the confirmations of people getting there if they are not getting there. Honestly, like if anything, they will tell you, like you will see them getting awakened, but you cannot be preoccupied with that because it will drive you crazy. Like you will be in this constant state of improving yourself, and if you don't see the actions in 3D from your twin flame, you will you will be thinking like, what's wrong with me? Am I not doing enough inner work? Am I not doing this because I'm not getting him or her back? And instead just think, maybe you're not supposed to get them back. Maybe that's exactly thing what keeps you stuck, because you try to perfect yourself, constantly doing the inner work, healing and healing, and those Scorpio season and this season, instead of just seeing like maybe you've done enough, maybe you've already healed yourself, maybe your life improved. Just to see those things from more objective way and assume you've done your part. It's not up to you to get anyone back. Just you have to find this kind of a balance, and you will know when you've done enough progress on your journey, and if it's what should be the next step. Because I that's something that I see from people, that they just even try they start to be exhausted. It's like how much I have healed myself before things start moving. So that's something I wanted to point out too. It's like sometimes it's enough already. It's time to go to the next stage, because this is some vicious cycle. You will be keep wanting to perfect yourself constantly instead of just moving on. And just bringing, because maybe there is already something else aligned for you, but you are just so blind because you see that other person is not awakening. So
Yeah, lack of that surrender, you see that it's maybe something else out there. And I want to say that one thing that I hear of the questions was like, um, allows you to ignite your twin flame. Love seems to arrive at just the right time. And talking about just the right time, you all know it about the divine time. Describing it as a divine time when your partner, and the divine is present there. That is it, the right time. The question is you preparing yourself for that right time? And we mentioned yesterday at the other channel, we did the video there, that we talk about all of this situations and energies about it. And when the divine time comes in, you prepare it in your journey for this. And there is going to be a one thing. Before that time comes in, the divine is going to comes in and it's going to ask you, are you ready? You ready for union? Here, your union is coming. They're giving you this heads up. It's the same thing, the heads up when, hey, you're going to be awakened as a twin flame. You're going to find out another person. The energy comes into you in advance. Why? It comes in your subconscious to prepare your consciousness inside. And that's what some of the people don't get in at this, because they want the time, the right time to be their time. It's like you choosing the right time. You're ready for the right time comes in its own. Doesn't ask you. I think I have something to show you here. Yeah, I found it. 1 second. It is a one map that I want to show you guys here. Okay. See, once in a while, right in the middle of our ordinary life, love comes along and brings you a fairy tale. Talking about this, for it, you don't go out to search for love. The love comes and finds you. All you have to do is be ready for it. All right. The next one, P.S. I also have a question related to the truth, which you always advocate must be told. But I had the experience that others was not ready to hear it. People are never ready to hear it. Because their truth, their versions of the truth inside of them is different. That is the truth that they want. But when they hear the truth, their illusions becomes destroyed. And that's when the people have things and so on. There. It took a long time to understand, and you to have a strong psyche from within yourself, not to go ahead and divert it of this truth. Because truth is truth. When I see the truth, when I see the things, when I say the things, what the things are the way they are, it's gonna be telling you the things inside of you. And it's your job how you're gonna take that truth. I mean, you are the advocate within yourself. People still don't recognize that within them. But your lower self, your desires, who creates it, that's what you're accepting as a truth, compared to that little voice when it tells you what you need to do. And you have to learn to determine the truth within yourself on that point. And here is that, but I had experience that others were not ready to hear it. Sometimes it's even selfish to free oneself. Actually, it's not. Nobody is responsible to free you. People still have not realizing this because here you're living in the cage and the key is in your neck, in your heart. You have to open it from within. That is it, the actual truth. You free yourself, show, and you wait for someone who is free also to come and join you. And the freedom is not free. You have to work. You have to go. You have to grind it out. You have to cry. You have to go. You have to go to the darkness within your subconscious. Freedom is not free until you don't realize the person who set you free is you. Not somebody, some outside, somebody's gonna comes in and open the cage. The cage is yours. You build it. So it's not selfish. But what are you gonna do after you free yourself? You show the other people how to free themselves up. That now becomes your dignity of truth, your responsibility, if you wish, your soul contract, maybe for some of you, in there. So it's all about, as you say here, giving their level of awareness. It means immense pain, sadness, even aggressions as a result. What is the aggression comes in, or the sadness comes in? Lack of maturity that the people cannot free themselves up. That's what the bottom line is coming. Oh, I cannot do this. Oh, I cannot do that. Oh, I cannot let it go of this person. I cannot go move on my life. I can't. Well, you do what you're telling yourself. But when you see the truth within you and you're staring at the truth, you have two choices: accept the truth or go against the truth. And when you go against the truth, you're going against the pain. The dark night of the soul is the worst thing that you can get. Sadness in there. You're sad about it. What you thought was not what it is. And the aggression. Some of the people getting angry. They get angry at the divine. Divine, why did you connect me to this person and now I cannot have this and so on? You don't know the divine plan. The divine asking you for three things: to trust it, to surrender, and to let it go of what's not working. And you getting this once you practice this within yourself. The spirituality fix your philosophy, that the philosophy fix your psychology. That change all the energies within you, and then you begin to move. You begin to understand exactly this path. That is the path of evolutions, of the spiritual evolutions. Always been those three, they are inseparable. It's the same thing. It is inseparable, the spirituality, philosophy, and psychology. You can't. They're all interconnected. You have distorted energies within all this. There's going to be a distorted psychology, distorted philosophy of what you tell yourself. So it's going to be a distorted spirituality with it. And you're going to find out with the people there reacting towards you that something is not right. So where you have to look inside of you. The truth is always inside of it. This. So the advocate of the truth is you, your soul, your spirit there. Your spirit knows what the truth feels within you. And is your responsibility and dignity to resonate with that. So
Yeah, I wanted to
that
just maybe say a little bit different perspective because this about this selfishness. I think the person might be asking also in the situations that we have to be the bad ones, to change something. Like sometimes we can see that some life situation is not serving us, but we don't want to end this because maybe we have some guilt in us. Like we don't want to be the one that causes the problem. Like we don't want to cause the change like to end relationship. We don't want to hurt someone because, you know, it's just, that's especially when you are like people pleaser, or you just had this role that you always wanted just to act okay towards everyone, because you know it's okay to, if something is not working, like it's okay to just end something. And it's just, I don't like that people even have those mindset. But I was there, I was just prolonging too much something that should be ended just because I didn't want to hurt someone. So I was just keeping, I knew what was the truth, but it was just the sense of guilt was kind of stopping me from ending this. But I could see that I just have to accept that, oh, maybe that will be a painful lesson for someone, but I have to make this step. So I think just recognizing that we don't have to always be like those kind teachers that will be sharing our knowledge. Like sometimes we just have to make a step that it can seem painful, for example, to our partners, for example, that we should just part our ways. It will be painful, will be hurtful, especially with those long relationship. But if it's not serving, this is also up to us to show this example that we have a courage to do that, and we are freeing not only us but also this other person, because we are showing like this is not true relationship that we have. It's just for some reason society wanted us to, or maybe family wanted us to be together, or it's easier materially, financially. But if it's not serving, it's okay to break, and it's okay, someone has to take this responsibility, and it's not selfish, it's just really whatever you're doing, like that will help you but also this other person, because you're giving someone the chance for the true relationship. So that's a little bit like the other perspective for that too.
By getting at the masculine and the feminine perspectives of here, hopefully this is gonna be helping you out, guys. Blue Swan, welcome back here. Elizabeth, thank you for coming in. Cece, since we are all on, I suggest you all take over my life then. Don't mix the we are all one with all this. Nobody should take responsibility of what you do. You should take responsibility for yourself. Lorna, this is all programming. Thank you, Lorna. Blue ones, yes, but when your energies are distorted in some way, shape, or form, we don't see things sometimes. We're not so clear into pathways, and longer relationship is harder to do with offspring. Sometimes that happens there. Personal experience is that when I was ignited and my marriage was this positions, the truth there, you know, that truth that I told my ex we have to part it was to a point that there's no more. I had to take the guts and says like enough is enough. You know, it was so many reasons, but at some point you don't have to feel guilty of doing the right, because staying in a false marriage or staying in a false relationship or staying where you are misunderstood, you are mistreated, or there is a use or abuse or some form or shape, and so on. Don't. Okay, as Paulina said, sometimes you may have to play the role of the bad guy in there just so you get into this so far. But it must be done in order to restructure oneself for a new beginning. Exactly, you gotta have this new beginning. The soul is driving you towards this new beginning. You think the soul and the spirit and the divine doesn't want you to be happy and create the paradise on earth? Oh, they want it more than you do. Because that's the whole mission's about. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Grande, we have to look at ourselves without pointing fingers at others. Huge in there. Sometimes you have to be silenced with people so they can look at it within themselves. They will send you this and that and so on and so on. You just look at it in there. You don't have to point fingers at people. You don't have to tell people what it is or what is that, and so on and so on. Look inside of yourself before you tell something about it. Even though when I talk to people, I ask them, what do you think about this from within you? What is the truth within you? And you should ask yourself, please have that dignity to be honest with yourself. Because the honesty within yourself leads to the honesty with the divine. That limited and unlimited situations in there, it's going on and it's going to affect that divine partnership you're going to have. Truth from within you. The truth has always been a power that it should not be in there. Darling, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just saw one point that also Lorna did. She commented like she knows from her experience that we should not sacrifice for another, and I think that's a lesson that we have to. Even that's the example we are sharing. If we are able to do this step, not sacrificing, like we all should. If everyone was putting just themselves first, like there wouldn't be any problem because everyone would be equal. So I think it's just if you're raised in this thinking that we have to make everyone's happy first and then us, like just forgetting about ourselves, it just that's causing a lot of problems. So
Yeah, she's mentioned later on this is all programming. Actually,
mm,
that is
very
it,
much.
all programming of the wounded healer within you. That wounded empath, I would say more properly than this. Let me help put the others first before me. But if you're not in a state of helping others, you're not in that healing state, what are you gonna do with others? You're harming yourself. And that's what is that the wounded healer situations in astrology is Chiron in there. But with that being said, is now when you are in a relationship, now within these situations, you're understanding all uh, all these points that it doesn't need to be sacrificed situations in there. It doesn't have to be so. All you need is the truth. You don't sacrifice anything, but you're gaining understanding. And that is it, the beauty of the relationship. You're learning how to be, as I stated before, powerful couple. Please go ahead and research what is a powerful couple relationships traits are. What do they do? Because what me and Paulina, we did, it's like, okay, we are like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. What is this all about? And Divine's like, guys, go point it out, this powerful couple. This, and you have to look at it even the archetypes of uh, ethics and morals of back in the 1800s. What is our ethic, personality, and the morals? How many times you say hello to everybody around that you see? Compared to the back in the 1800s, you get that cylinder of your head, and it's like, hello, good day. Interesting, right? We lost a lot as a society. We lost a lot being human situations, but kind of like a goal, a little bit offset. But yeah, needed to be said, I believe. What's wrong? It's a full rebuild to peel this onion, guys. It can take years. Oh, it can take years, or you can just cut the onion and let the peels fall off on its own. It's more easier if you do it through the pain of cutting onions once instead of you peeling one layer and you're just sitting in there, then you peel another layer, then you peel another layer. Go deep inside of you. It's like, you know what? I mean, be more Aquarius way. Go all the way. You're gonna find out these revolutionary parts inside. So yeah, sometimes takes years. You need to understand that the years of being through the journey, it's already passing over a decade in there. the situations are much more evolved right now. Paulina, idea that would be a great subject. The wounded empath healer.
Mhm.
I think that will be a good subject in there. What is the difference between a healthy relationship and a wounded empath, and why the people suffer when they're in this wounded empath situations? In there, been there myself. So, Grande, the most important lesson is to learn to love yourself. Oh man, self love. Wow, one thing. If you don't learn how to love yourself, how would you expect your partner to love you? How you know about love? You're gonna be accepting that love, and giving that love. Really? Okay. Self love is a key, very big key. Both of us, but we can't understand how to love oneself if you don't understand that love is surrender. Surrender all paradigms, belief, and thoughts, everything. Theoris is correct. Now we say quieta la concha to the left only until itself. Okay. It's everyone has indigenous how the cultures. People calling it differently. There. Thank you, Kurt, for commenting here. But yeah, darling, you have anything?
I think we've been through the questions. If people have something more specific, we can answer them. Other than that, I think we've used the topic. We said everything that was supposed to be said today.
Yeah,
Let's
I
keep
want to
it short.
say thank you to the person who answers
Mm.
the questions. I sent the question there that can I use the name, and I got response on not using the name in there for. But talking about this is the good questions, and as I said before, send us the questions, and we will give you the best as we can our personal experience to help you out, guys. All right. So I think
Yeah, maybe one last comment that came to me, when you're dealing with some of you believe like personal issues or psychological issues, it's as long as you want to work on them and you're ready to improve and you see something as a problem and you want to work on that there is always, if the intentions there will always be some circumstances coming to you to help you, to test you, to see if you want to really overcome your fears or blocks. And it will not be, of course, comfortable, but you will get chances probably through some other people to overcome this and just to prove yourself that it's nothing is wrong with you. It's just, we all have our programmings, and it's not like we have to constantly fix ourselves and heal ourselves, but as long as you want to work on yourself, there's always something that's helping you with that. So
exactly there is always a room for improvement,
mhm.
and the best thing that you can improve is you. All right, guys. Let's share the love and the light,
Yeah.
and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Get some love, guys.